All rise.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Thank you. Mr. Witness, welcome back.
Thank you.
This Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. For continuation of your testimony, may I remind you once again that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Njie.
Good afternoon, Ma.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Council, can we please proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. Now, you were discussing the accounts, and I've asked you to produce the details of the accounts. Do you have that recorded?
Yes, I've taken the notes.
All right. The other issue is in relation to the revenue.
Yes.
Of council between 2018 to 2020. Was there any revenue assessment this period?
To be honest, there was no revenue assessment.
Do you know why?
The reason might be capacity.
What kind of capacity?
Like the personnel is not there. I think we're supposed to have a separate unit, like a assessment team or a data unit, yes, that is in charge of assessment of all the revenue sources of councils,
right,
to determine the expected revenue from the field before, yes, eventually deploying the collectors in the field. Actually, we set up a data unit around 2018 where a manager was appointed. A unit was set up specifically to carry out that assessment, which they have kick-started.
Yes.
But eventually, the unit was disbanded again.
By?
Because the manager abscond, I can say the manager abscond, never come back, and we appoint another manager.
Who was the manager?
One Mr. Seka.
He absconded too?
I don't know, Senegal, something like that, I don't know, but
was there any problem with respect to monies?
I can't.
Maybe say abscond, if you use the word abscond, it will suggest...
He left unceremoniously, let me say it that way, without any permission or whatsoever.
Was he being investigated for anything? for any issue that you know of?
Well,
Were there complaints of fraud of any kind?
I think there was a complaint of a missing receipt book, which the compliance team, I think, was assigned to investigate.
Yes, and that was the period that he went to Dakar.
Yeah, after he left, that's the time they discovered that. So he never come and he never returned again.
Can you give us details about those missing receipt book?
I think the information was with the compliance unit.
Yes, but you as the Director of Finance acting, but when I say Director of Finance, you will understand. But I mean, you would really be in a position to know.
Yeah, I will,
because these books would be in your custody.
Yeah, let me just take note of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what council's revenue baseline was in 2018, 19, and 20?
The council's revenue base?
Yeah, revenue baseline.
At the range of 200 and 218, 220. So I'm not very much specific, but I may provide information.
Was there a baseline, revenue baseline at council level in 2018?
A baseline, when you say a baseline, mean the revenue target?
You will know how much you should expect.
Yes.
From the surveys you have done, from the assessment you have done. You would know how much you should expect in a given year, and that will inform your budget.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So the revenue baseline for a given year, will you have that information?
I was telling you that there was no assessment done.
I know, I understand that.
Yes.
So the answer has to come from you.
Yes.
The answer has to be either no, because there was no assessment, or yes, because of XYZ. Is the answer no?
No.
Okay. So any amount that would be in any budget would not be a realistic amount because there's no assessment.
Yeah, probably it's an estimate.
Yes, so it would not be a realistic figure because of there's no assessment.
Yeah, it's different.
Correct? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Good. And still talking about the revenue of council, what are the main revenue heads?
The main revenue sources of councils are the property rates,
yes,
trade license, and markets. Revenue from market canteen rents and daily fees. Yeah.
Now, would your staff or people who would work under you in the finance department operate a cash book or have a cash book?
If you say under the finance department, you have to be specific. Finance department is very wide. We have certain revenue units that are responsible of collections. They handle cash books.
Will they not all be under the department, the finance department?
Yes,
for instance, rates, license, and so on and so forth. Would they not all be under the department? All the collectors, are they not all under your office? Yeah,
at the time, the licenses used to have cash books. Yes, the license collectors are maintaining cash books.
So between 2018 to 2020?
Yeah. And then the market masters also.
Now let's start with license.
Yeah, license, yeah.
What is the structure in the license unit?
In the license units, you have a manager, assistant manager,
yes,
supervisors, and collectors.
Now, who will maintain a cash book in this structure?
The collectors.
The collectors will have a cash book?
Yes.
How about the supervisors?
The supervisors are not handling cash, or they are not collecting.
How about the deputy managers?
No.
How about the managers?
No.
So the collectors, when they collect revenue, what do they do with it?
They deposit direct to the cashier.
Direct to the cashier?
Yes.
So what is the role of the supervisor then?
The supervisor is to supervise the performance of the collectors in the field.
And how is that done?
And like verifying their cash books, whether they are in line, or verify their invoicings, whether they are doing the assessment right in the field, whether they cover, and then to inspect, and then that's what they do at the field.
The managers?
The manager is the overall supervisor of the units.
Yes.
He creates targets for them, and provides weekly reports for management.
For management?
Yeah.
Now, the monies that are collected by the collectors, are they not supposed to be taken to the bank? I mean, that's what the financial manual says.
Yes, it goes to the bank.
No,
but
you say it goes straight to the cashiers. Why would it go straight to the cashier when the law says it has to be taken to the bank?
yes, we started that, but it gives a little bit problem to the finance department.
Yes.
Because you have plenty deposit slips coming to the accounts unit.
Yes.
For money, for reconciliations, and then handling postings here and there, giving accounts unit a big problem. And then that's what we started to centralize the deposits. But market was directly going to the bank. For market masters, they were going to the bank until 2020, when the new director come and then reversed the decision. But at my time, the market masters were going to the bank up to the time of the new director coming in. But the license collectors were coming direct to the cashiers and deposit their money to the cashier directly and get their receipt from the cashier and go to audit for auditing.
Now, was there a periodical audit with respect to the cash books?
They were doing daily transactional audit.
Now, in 2018, 2020, was the system the GTRs, or was it were you using automated systems, machines?
Yes, we introduced the automated system for the rates, where electronic receipts have been issued and system update directly. Yeah.
When was this?
2018.
Just for rates?
Yeah, just for rates.
And not license?
Not for license.
Which company is that?
Matrix system.
Which company?
Matrix.
Matrix?
Yeah.
M-A-T-R-I-X?
Yeah.
Can you please explain further? Is it a company you are working with, or is it a project within the country?
It's a system developer company on IT. They supply us the rate system. At the time, it was just the database that they created at the beginning. There was no receipting system in the database. It was collected manually. You update the database using the manual receipts. But here and there, we see that it's high time for us to go to electronics, to Ensone. There were so many complaints because people might pay on manual and their areas are still surfacing. Because
how is that possible?
Because it's not updated. It was not properly updated at the time. So now when we do the system receipting, it linked directly to the database. Once it's receipted, it updates the taxpayers' records automatically.
And this was in 2018?
That was in 2018, yeah.
Were they using the POS machines?
Pardon?
Were they using machines, POS machines, the revenue collectors?
There was the taxpayers that are coming directly paid to the cashier.
It was paying directly to the cashier?
Yes.
And there were no collectors for rates?
No collector collecting from the field.
Between 2018 to 2020?
Yeah.
So rates, all these individuals were paying directly to the cashier?
Direct to the cashier.
So how about if there were areas?
If there are areas, the rates unit staff per se review the areas. If anybody found that you are having areas, they serve you a notice. If the notice elapsed, they serve you a summon. If the summons elapsed, they serve you a warrant up to the end where the court will decide your fate, and then you pay or we take action as necessary.
Will you be able to provide us with information regarding how much was collected in relation to revenue between 2018 to 2020?
The total collection of revenue from 2020.
And then if you can have it with its various divisions, units, the various revenue units. Can you do that?
All right, sir. All right.
Now, but for how many collectors, do you have the number of collectors there is in KMC for license? You will have a list, naturally.
Yes, we have.
And all of those would have a cash book?
Yes.
Can you provide us with a list?
Okay.
Have there ever been an audit exercise, internal audit with respect to these cash books? Between 2018 to 2020, any internal audit exercise with respect to the cash books from the collectors to the cashier?
Is there any?
Any internal audit exercise between 2018 to 2020? You know, the collectors will have a cash book.
Yes.
And then there will be a cash book maintained by the cashier.
Yes.
And then when they collect revenue, it will be entered in their cash book, and then they will have to declare the same to the cashier.
Anyway,
is there any audit conducted?
I haven't received any audit report into that effect during that period.
Do you know whether these collectors were ever audited?
I have a system where you are monitored from the finance unit. That okay. your receipt book, when it's finished, it has to bear the stamp of the audit at the back.
Yes.
That the GTR has been audited and cleared. Yes. Before a new one reissued to you.
It's issued to you.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
But then we know, of course, that is still open to fraud.
Very well. So
now, subsequently, there should be audit in relation to verify whether, in fact, these monies are deposited into the account of council. So you, as the Director of Finance, should have the information now whether the monies that are collected, that passes from the collector to the cashier, is in fact evidenced in the form of paying in slip or bank deposit slips. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I'm getting what you're trying to say.
So, and that can only be done when there's an audit.
Obviously.
Is there ever one between 2018 to 2020?
I couldn't remember any.
If there's any, you would recall.
Yeah, I would recall. Obviously, if there was any, I would be recalling.
So there is none.
I couldn't recall.
So that does not exist. So how would you know if there's any fraud?
Well, the external auditors are also reviewing entire.
No, let's focus with the internal auditors first.
Yes, so the internal auditors for us also at the end of the year, obviously we used to pass the cash book to the internal auditor to review the entire cash books of the collectors.
So you do that?
Yeah, we do that.
Well, have you ever seen any review?
They haven't provided me any
review for 3 years.
Yeah, any fraud or not.
For 3 years.
Yeah.
So you have the license, the rates.
Yeah.
Also, who will maintain the cash book in rates?
Rates have central cash book. They don't have individual cash book.
They have central cash book. What does that mean?
That means the rate system is the cashier who's having that cash book.
The cashier.
Yeah.
And which of the cashiers? And we know there are 3 cashiers.
Yeah,
are there 3 cashiers?
Yeah, there are 3 cashiers. Yes.
And would there any of them?
Any of them could collect. Even the banks could. Even we have banks collect from the system on behalf of the council as well.
Banks collect from?
Yeah, from people pay to the bank directly.
Okay.
And get the council's receipt.
And market?
Market, you have the market masters who handle the cash books.
They handle the cash books.
Yeah.
Now, so for instance, with respect to the revenue of council between 2018 to 2020, so if you don't have an internal audit, you were talking about the external audit.
Yes.
Were there any external audit in this period?
Obviously.
It's not obvious. We know for 2 years you have not been audited.
Yeah. For the
so don't say obvious. It's not obvious. Expectedly, there should be.
Yeah. They do come and audit us periodically. Yeah.
When was the last audit that you were aware of?
2021.
2021. That was the last one.
Yeah.
So you see, it's not obvious when 2024.
Yeah.
Is that not the case?
Yeah.
Now, loans. Were there any loans that were contracted, Mr. Njie?
Say it again.
Were there any loans taken on behalf of council?
On behalf of council?
Yes. From any financial institution, be it a bank or?
Yeah, we took overdraft at the end of 2022.
There was an overdraft.
2023, 3 million, which was not just for sake of lean period when we, just for sake of salaries. But
why are you saying just for sake of salaries?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's a soft loan, per se.
What is a soft loan?
Short-term loan.
The short-term loan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not get into those distinctions. Loan is a loan.
Yeah.
We make it as simple as it can be.
Yeah.
So yes, please tell us about this loan. Why was it taken? What was the procedure followed?
It is a draft overdraft requested through EcoBank and was granted.
Do you have the loan, the loan, the documents, the facilities?
I could provide it. I will
Please
find out.
do that,
Let me find out. Yeah.
Please write that down.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Njie, you have talked about the issue of license collectors.
Yes.
And you said under the license department,
Yeah.
the collectors pay to the cashier.
Yes.
Now, the cashiers, do you have a principal cashier?
Yes.
So for each cashier, they have a cash book where they make the entries that
Yes.
the collectors bring.
Yeah.
And the principal cashier also has a cash book.
That's the treasurer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who does the overall entry.
Yeah.
And let me just find out, you talked about the fact that you were the acting director of finance from 2018 to 2020.
Yes.
March 2020.
Yes.
From that March 2020, who took over from you?
Dr. Keita.
Dr. Keita,
Yes.
from that March
From that March, yeah.
to date?
To date, yeah.
All right. That is what I wanted to confirm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Yes. Mr. Keita, license register. You have
Mr. Njie.
Mr.
Njie, license register. Do you have the license register?
License register.
Yes.
Yes, the license manager maintains a license register.
Rates?
Yes.
Rates?
Yes, we have a rates register.
Can you please produce the same?
Okay.
Is there a market register as well?
Yeah, for canteens we have a market register.
Yes, please write it down as well. Do you have an impressed register? Was the CEO granted approving impressed from 2018 to 2020?
Yeah, impress were provided, but we maintain a register where whoever is issued an impress is registered for to monitor the impress.
So we will need the information regarding 2018 to 2020 as well.
Okay.
Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, how are withdrawals made from council's accounts? Do you pay in the name of suppliers or contractors, or do you sometimes pay in the name of employees of council?
We pay directly to the supplier or contractors.
So you do not pay or authorize payment in the name of employees of council?
No.
And you will sign all checks together with the CEO as well?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. Now, increment of allowances and salaries 2018-2020. Was there any situation where allowances were increased or salaries that you recall?
Yeah, there were increment on salaries and allowances.
Please tell us about that.
Allowances were increased. I cannot remember the actual dates, but were through the budget process. Is prepared through the budget process and presented to the General Council to approval, and then sent to ministry to through the bilateral, they review the allowances and endorse the budget. And
can you provide us with the details of the periods that the salaries were increased or allowances and the process that it followed?
Now, Mr. Njie.
Yes.
At some point, we understand that Dr. Keita was, excuse me, Dr. Keita was suspended.
Yes.
Can you tell us who was acting whilst he was under suspension?
Well,
as Director of Finance?
As the deputy, I was overseeing.
You were not given
No.
a memo?
No.
Informing you that you acted?
No, he didn't even hand over to me. He handed over to the Director of Admin.
To the Director?
Of Administration.
So, were you given any memo? Were you written to oversee the department of oversee the position of Director of Finance?
I think it was approved at the General Council where they say we oversee the position for the time being.
Yes, please provide us with the resolution that was done at the level of the council to direct you to oversee the Directorate of Finance. Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Now, between 2018 to 2020,
yes,
do you know whether there were any lawyers that were hired or consultants?
Yes.
Tell us, please.
I think before 2018 we were with Ami Bensouda and Co.
Yes.
And then after 2018, Senghor Law Chamber was appointed as retainer of the council.
Senghor Law Practice?
Yes.
Do you know how Senghor Law Practice was retained?
Well, that one I cannot tell anyway.
You don't know?
Anyway, no.
Have you seen the contract?
There was a contract, yes.
Have you seen the contract?
I cannot tell exactly, but I believe there was a contract between the council and.
So what was the remuneration agreement? Do you know?
The remuneration was you have a retainer fee, and then probably when he provides services, he attach charges to it.
Can you provide us with the details of the remuneration details when you come back?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Now, so for the projects between 2018 to 2020, do you have a list of these projects?
I don't have it right now with me here.
Can you please provide us with a
list of projects,
yes,
contracts? Okay.
Do you know whether there were any individuals on contract working for council?
Yes, there were.
This period?
There were individuals on contracts.
Please provide us with the list and the detail of their contracts. How about advisors?
Yes.
Advisors.
Yeah, we have advisors.
Yes. Do you have the list of advisors? How many advisors?
We have advisors on the finance committee and the contract committee, I think.
Please provide us with the details of these advisors, okay, and the remuneration agreement as well.
Okay.
Any questions for this witness before I proceed?
No.
And that will be all for this witness.
Mr. Njie, thank you for coming. We will be sending you summons to appear to deal with the detailed issues of the transactions of the council.
Thank you.
All right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. So please endeavor to bring these documents by Thursday next week.
Next week. Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you. Please call in the next witness. You are discharged, Mr. Njie.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Yeah. Mr. Witness, welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Mr. Witness, what is your religion?
Islam.
Can you speak louder into the mic?
Islam.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Make an affirmation.
Okay. Madam Chair, will the witness wishes to make an affirmation? Okay, use your right hand, raise your hand into the air, repeat after me. I, Colley, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare, and affirm that, the evidence, I shall give, shall be, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing, but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Colley.
Afternoon.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
And Council, can we proceed?
Mr. Colley, please state your full name.
Landing Colley.
What is your address?
Brikama Daruhaya.
Mr. Colley, you work for Brikama Area Council?
No, Kanifing Municipal.
Kanifing Municipal Council. Since when?
June 2023.
In what capacity?
Director of Internal Audit.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Yeah.
Were you confirmed?
Not yet. I am not confirmed, but the council wrote to the commission for my confirmation.
Council wrote?
To the commission for my confirmation.
All right.
How is this?
We applied to tender a letter with the heading Appointment as Director of Internal Audit, addressed to the witness, Mr. Landing Colley. The date is 28th of April 2023. It's signed by Gomez D. for the Permanent Secretary into evidence as an exhibit.
Counsel, may I confirm from you what the witness said? I think he said he started with the KMC started work with the KMC in June 2022.
Three.
Now, please tell us what your educational background is.
I started my primary school in Kabapta Lower Basic School, 1997 to 2000. From February 2017 to July 2017, was at Reliance Financial Service as an internal audit and compliance officer. 2019 July, proceeded to India to study my master's in economics at University of Savitribai, Pune University, Savitribai, Pune University, India. And then from December 2019 to June 2023, was at the Directorate of Internal Audit as a senior internal auditor. Then June 2023 to date, occupied the office of the Director of Internal Audit for Carnegie Municipal Council.
All right, thank you very much. Now, you gave a statement.
Yes.
The investigators, that was on the 10th of September 2024, correct?
Yes.
I will give you a copy of your statement. Please go through it.
Yeah, I'm comparing with one. For sure, that is it.
You confirm that that is your statement?
Yes.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Landing Colley. The date is 10th of September 2024, into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement dated the 10th of September 2024, made by Mr. Landing Colley, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit and marked as LC/LC/KMC/002.
As the Commission pleases. Now, when you were appointed Director of Internal Audit at the Carnegie Municipal Council, do you know who you took over from?
I took over from Basiru Njie.
Basiru Jain.
Njie. Yes, Njai.
Njai. Don't worry, I am Gambian. I know how to spell Njai.
No, it's some spell Njie.
Yes, I just want to make you feel comfortable with that. So, was there any handed over note?
Of course, there was.
Do you have a copy of the handed over?
Yes, I do.
Can we please see it? Internal Audit Department. Lord Mayor is copied, Deputy Chief Executive Officer is copied, and the manager HR is also copied. It is signed by Basiru Njie, Senior Internal Auditor, and the officer taking over, Director of Internal Audit Department. That's you?
Yes.
Yes, Landing Colley. The date is 6th of July 2023. into evidence as an exhibit.
Council, can I take the water?
Please come again.
The water.
Yes, yes, that's for you. Right. Okay.
A memo dated the 6th of July 2023 from Senior Internal Auditor to the Director Internal Audit Department. The said memo is copied to the Office of the Lord Mayor, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, and Manager HR. The caption of the memo is handing over notes, and it is signed by Basiru Njie, Senior Internal Auditor, Officer taking over, Director of Internal Audit Department, and a witness. This document is admitted as an exhibit in evidence, and it's marked as LGC/LC/KMC/0.
Now, can you tell us what you found on the ground when you took over?
As in the assets or the process?
Come again, sir?
You mean on the process?
Yes, the process. The staff you inherited, if any, the process you found on the ground, what was done, were they in compliance with regulations? Was there periodical audit done or quarterly audit done? Yes, these information.
When I took over the office, I had 5 staffs. It was a department that was without a director for over 2 years, and by that.
Go ahead, please proceed.
By that, when it comes to the basic understanding of how audit works, was lacking on the area of my staff. And then when it comes to the processes I found on the ground in the council, I can say a medium in terms of control processes.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Can you please elaborate more or further?
I found a system that there is a will for improvement.
There's a will for improvement?
Yes.
Okay.
On both the side of the management and the policy makers. However, there was a limited understanding of or exposure to most of the regulatory frameworks that govern the councils.
And these are?
The financial and accounting manual, Well, for the Local Government Act, most were familiarized, that is something that must familiarize themselves with. But when it comes to the accounting, the Finance and Audit Act, this is something that the understanding was a bit low. That is the kind of system I found on the ground.
So
but there was a will for improvement.
What gave you, there's always room for improvement, even where you have the best accountants present. But what gave you the impression, or what informed your opinion that what you found on the ground really it suggests that there is a lack of understanding with respect to the financial manual and the Finance and Audit Act? Give us examples of departures or derogations from the dictates or the requirements of these two instruments, legal instruments, that warrant you to have this opinion that perhaps maybe they do not understand the manual or the act.
I'll start from my department.
Yes.
Yes, like I said, their exposure to the audit standard, the audit processes, and how audit reports are to be written, how engagements are to be carried out, were a bit lacking, was lacking in huge. But when it comes to the council, probably in the area of sittings, in the area of let's see, in the area of staff matters, this is something that was lacking.
Okay, I am not sure whether I'm the one not understanding what you're saying, but let's try to get somewhere. What I want is specifications. Okay. So when you assume office in any professional setting, you definitely know what you will find on the ground.
Yes.
You understand? It's one thing to say the XYZ when we're not following standards or regulation, but it's another thing to also to point out circumstances, situations wherein XYZ, for instance, I had found that they were doing XYZ contrary to the manual, which probably suggests maybe they don't understand the manual, or it was in the regard of the manual. Specifications.
Okay. When I came in newly, the first thing that I did was I conducted what is called a procurement audit.
Procurement?
A procurement audit. Procurement audit.
Yes. What is procurement audit?
I looked at the procurement processes.
Okay.
And I looked at how contracts were awarded. I looked at the
before you arrived, between 2018 to 2023, before you took over the position of the Director of Internal Audit, whether there were periodical audits, if any, and this quarterly audit as required by the Local Government Finance and Audit Act. You know it's a requirement, there should be quarterly audit, correct?
For sure.
Yes, so do you know whether they were in compliance?
Whether there is compliance from the side of the auditors?
Yes.
Well, like I said, they've been doing that, but what I said was this is a department that was without an audit.
Yes.
Yes, they were producing some reports, but even myself, I cannot understand those reports very well.
That must be serious. If you can't understand it, then there's no way you will understand it.
Yes.
But do you have where you avail copies of these reports?
Yes, for sure, I am.
Can you provide us with these reports that you were given?
Yes.
How many reports do you know?
Oh, bulky.
Bulky. Yes. But is it one report, or is it just several reports over a certain period of time?
Several reports over a certain period of time.
So okay, so we will need that as well. Now, were payments passing through the internal audit? When you took over, did you, part of your findings, were the finance department in compliance with the standard practice that every payment should be audited?
I cannot say much regarding before I was there, because I didn't do a post audit on the payment vouchers.
Yes.
However, since I assume, I've noticed that there are some payments that happens without passing through the audit department.
All right.
Yes.
Office, for instance, who has the authority to approve expenditure? We know that the law says that up to a certain amount the CEO can approve, up to a certain amount or beyond the mayor has to approve, or the chairperson, as the case may be. But do you know what the structure was on the ground that you found?
Well,
we have had.
Yes. I will comment. I'm trying to digest that. All right. I think I will categorize it in two folds.
Yes.
I've not seen the mayor approving payments.
Yes.
However, I understand that probably you might also understand that his office is one of the addressees for external correspondences.
Yes.
So by that, request must have come because the councillors and the councillors will request through his office.
Yes.
But what I would see is the advice, requests for CEO's advice, or telling CEO take note.
Yes.
So I will not know what that take note means. However, the approvals are done by CEO. So I don't. Yes. So, I didn't see any payment that.
Now let me read to you what the financial manual says. On page 19, I'm sure you are familiar with the financial manual.
Yes, I've seen that point.
You've seen that. You've seen what I'm talking about. So it's not what I'm trying to make up. It's just what the law says. 305 says. 305 says authority for expenditure. The authority to incur expenditure is vested in council through budget approval. Now the finance director shall not make any payment nor accept any charge in his accounts unless authorized by the chief executive and in accordance with the monetary thresholds approved by each council. As regards the monetary threshold, it should be noted that up to a given amount, the CEO can approve and incur expenditure without reference to the chairman or mayor of the council. Now, up to a certain amount, the CEO is required to consult and seek clearance from the chairman or mayor, as the case may apply. The additions are my words. Now, beyond a given amount, the CEO is required to refer such expenditure to council to seek approval. So, in fact, there are 3 tiers to financial approval. We know for some area councils we have already dealt with. They just disregard all these processes, and then the CEO and the finance director, of course, we know in consultations with the overall head, who is the chairperson, as the case may be, in other area councils. But we want to just know for every area council we've asked this question. Now, when you took over, is this really adhered to?
Like, what happens is, I know that the mayor is briefed.
Is briefed?
Yes, on daily basis as to what is happening in the council.
Yes,
I believe. All right.
And to be specific, the finance.
I might not know what they discuss in their office.
Yes.
However, what I do know of is, let's say, when it comes to payments for contracts.
Yes.
Most of the time is discussed at the general council level.
For contracts.
Yes, for contracts.
Yes.
But when it comes to other payments, that has a threshold of, let's say, $500,000, above $500,000.
Yes.
Well, I don't see anywhere in those payments where the mayor approves. I don't know whether that approval closed doors and the go-ahead is given. Where the mayor approves.
Now, do you think, as internal auditor, 305, how should it be complied with?
It should be complied formally.
Formally, yes. So, for instance, where approvals are given at any point in time, and as internal audit department, you don't see this structure. Should that be part of the red flags?
For sure.
Sure. Any questions to this witness?
Now, Mr. Colley.
Yes, ma'am.
For the department, is there any work plan?
Yes, there is.
You have a work plan?
For 2023 and 2024, you mean? I resume in 2023 third quarter. I assume in 2023 third quarter.
Yes. Did you find a work plan?
Yes, I found a work plan, and then I also developed a work plan.
The work plan that you found, what period did it cover?
That's for 2023.
Just for 2023.
Yes.
Did you check whether there were subsequent work plans for the preceding years?
No.
You did not check?
Yes.
Thank you.
Just a short question. When you assume office from, is it Mr. Njie?
Yes.
Handing over from Mr. Njie?
Yes, yes.
Was Mr. Njie still a member of your staff?
Yes.
And he's still?
Yes, he's still.
Okay, thank you.
Council?
That's all for this witness. We will communicate to him regarding when he has to appear, if he has to appear in.
Is there any other witness? That's
the last witness for the day. I am informed by the registrar.
Mr. Colley, thank you so much for coming. You are discharged. Please kindly provide the documents that we have requested you provide for us.
Thank you.
if there's any need to call you to clarify for us some issues, we will do so.
All right.
Thank you. So please kindly provide these documents by Wednesday next week.
All right.
Thank you. And you are discharged. We may rise.